Welcome to Create and Orchestrate. Today, we're going to talk about keeping the magic while you grow. I'm Marcus Whitney, and this is Create and Orchestrate. All right, so this is part of a little mini-series we're going to do. I'm dressed up. It's obviously a special day. I just left the Nashville Lifestyles Influencer event where I got to sit on a panel with my really good friends, Max and Ben Goldberg, as well as a host of other people that I really respect, Libby Calloway, Tracy Thomas, and Ryan Pruitt. And it was a lot of fun, great audience, and they asked some questions that some of which I didn't actually get to answer, and also some that I just wanted to share with the greater audience, at least my perspective on it. So I'm going to talk about a couple of topics in this little mini-series, and you'll know it's the series because I'm dressed like this. The first thing I want to talk about is keeping the magic while you grow. So there was a great question that was about Nashville and its growth, but I think is applicable to really any organization, right? Which is, Nashville had all this magic, and that's why so many people were attracted to it, and that's why it's growing. But everyone kind of has a concern as it grows. How do you keep that magic, right? You get all these new people here, and it just feels like we're dealing with new problems, congestion, housing prices are going up. Like, how do we still keep that community vibe and that feeling that made the city so great in the first place? That same thing happens in companies, and I just thought it was a great parallel to talk about growth. So when you're at the beginning of a startup, it's as much relationship as it is work, right? And so if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 people kind of working together to make something happen, it'll feel like the communication is super high, and you'll work really long hours, and then you'll all go, have dinner together or go to the bar together or whatever. And it just feels like everybody knows what everyone else is doing, and the culture is sort of implicit. It's just right there all the time. Nobody has to think about it because the organization is the living embodiment of the culture, right? Of the magic. And I think that as it grows, out of necessity, there's more people, there's more stuff going on, there's more opportunity, right? It's great, there's more opportunity. Hopefully there's more revenue. Hopefully there are all sorts of new opportunities that you never had before, but some things do change, right? It's the intimacy with which you started the organization starts to feel like it's going away. And that's when it's really, really important for the original group that was there, the founders, and then kind of that circle around the founders of kind of early adopters, right? To start to codify what the culture is, what the magic is. It's no longer enough to just think like it's going to be infused through people. You actually have to carve out time to spend time talking about it with each other, talking about it with the new people, starting to put it into terms that it can be related over and over and over again. And that is how, to the best of your ability, you can keep the magic as you grow. And this is an area where we see a lot of companies fail, is when the founders or the leaders of the company get so focused on the growth of it, they're focused on new revenue, new customers, and they forget about all of the new dynamics that are happening internally, and they don't increase their investment internally to match their increased investment externally. So if you want to keep the magic that actually got you to a point where you could grow, it's really, really important, and I know it's very hard because it never feels like it's the most important thing, but it's really, really important to say, hey, because we're growing, that makes it even more important that we meet regularly, right? And that we have these touch points and that we communicate. Because you'll set a team off to kind of do something, and if you don't touch base with them in too long, like, you'll realize they've created a whole nother culture and a whole nother kind of form of magic, and it might not be the kind of magic that you want. And so that's the hard part of being a leader, right? Of a growing organization, is the balancing act between investing internally and externally to meet the needs of the growth. The magic is what makes it special. The magic is what makes people attracted to it. The magic is what makes it successful at the end of the day. You don't want to lose the magic, okay? So increase communication. Codify what the culture is. It's no longer enough to just say that this is how we are. Put it in words. Okay, that's going to be core values. If you're going to use the golden circle, if you're going to create a mission statement, vision statement, I don't care what model you take, but do something. right? Do something to write it down in a way that it can be repeated over and over and over again. And then work really, really hard to embody it, even more than you did previously, right? Work really, really hard to be a living embodiment of those words. So that's how you keep the magic as you grow. One love.